Yeah, so it's exactly 10, so I'll hit record. We'll probably give them another minute or two, then can probably start. I don't know if you can see my screen, but we have this annual Spar barbecue. Last year, I think Randy, Kathy, and the rest of the guys went, and attended. And they will have another event come July 21st, and you guys can, attend and register from 11 to 1. This is available for everyone, so it's in the Spar website. You guys can just go there and check the link and register. It's for free. You have a lot of barbecues, drinks. It's on Spar, so if you guys want to check it out, it's in Spar website. And yeah, I think without further ado, Caitlin, we can start.
Okay, sounds great. Did you have more that you wanted to kind of go over on your side, or did you want
No,
us
I'm
to?
okay. You can use this.
Oh, okay.
You can grab the screen.
Okay, I didn't want to step on you there. Um, okay, so let me just make sure you guys can all see. Okay, so can you see just the PowerPoint here now?
Yep.
Okay, because my screen's massive, so I just want to make sure you're seeing just that portion because the rest of it's so huge. Um,
We're actually seeing your whole, hi,
oh,
this is
really?
Kathy. Yeah, we're seeing like your whole menu on the top too. You're right. It is Matt.
Okay.
We do not see
It,
just the
it
PowerPoint.
weird because I said to do just that one because it's big and I wanted to show you guys other things as well. And I chose just that. So let me stop and then I'm going to start it just one more time. And
Okay.
let's see if I can do it again because there's lots of screens, but let's just try that again. Um, okay. Well, I guess that's how the Zoom thing works is just it's going to share. I click just the PowerPoint.
Okay.
And if you see the zip your flyer in the background, I'll just minus that. Okay. So do you guys see the actual PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll
Yes,
just
we
start
do.
from there then. Thank you
Okay.
so
Sounds
much.
good, Caitlin. Yep.
So yes, my name's Caitlin Thornburg, and I'm actually one of the owners of Zip Your Flyer. And I have with me Teresa Oskam. She's
Hello.
actually, yeah, she's here. Hello, Tree. She's
Hello.
our senior high flyer brokerage coordinator. So she is going to be your main point of contact for anything, questions about ordering, just general questions about Zip Your Flyer. You're going to have direct contact information to Teresa. We'll make sure you've got kind of everything before you leave today. And if you just can't remember things I've said today, she's a great resource for that. She's been with us a really long time. But I will kind of go over the Zip Your Flyer, kind of who we are and what we do. And feel free to put any questions in the chat or chime in. I'm totally fine to just kind of answer questions as you have them. Um, Not everybody fully, knows what Zip Your Flyer is. So I'll just kind of start off with a basic overview. Um, Zip Your Flyer has been in business for over 20 years. So we are the national leader in agent to agent email flyers. So when you want to communicate with other agents about your new listing, open house events, price drops, typically, the last year or two has been a lot more agent compensation announcements, given everything, through the NAR that's happened recently. Pretty much anything you want to communicate to each other about with your listing, that's what we're here for. The whole point of Zip Your Flyer is to create exposure for your properties the way you want them shown and to create that opportunity, to find a buyer because other agents have your buyer. So that's what we exist for. We were founded by agents 21 years ago, and we remain still operated by real estate agents and a family business to this day. So let me go forward here. There we go. So we did start in 2005, kind of long time ago. It really feels like it. But we've grown and developed an awful lot since then. We offer professional design services on every single flyer order that we get. And we receive hundreds of orders a day across the whole country. And you can either use our templates or you can upload your own template. Some people have very specific team branding or whatever they like to use, a certain flyer template. You can place orders with us. Everything is a la carte. There's no monthly fee to send out an email blast for your listing. It's just whenever you want to announce something, you kind of log onto the website and place an individual order like you were just ordering anything online. And we will walk you through at the end kind of briefly how that process looks. But it's more than just the flyer part. It's actually using our database of agents that we cultivate. We have an entire research department that is always maintaining our lists. And we typically run between 1 and 1 million email, real estate agents in our database at all times. So we are adding agents and removing agents all day, every day. It's a big part of the process. All of our email flyers are also, we track every single thing that gets sent out. So every email flyer that gets out, we know exactly which agent opens it and at what time. So there's real-time tracking available. As soon as your flyer goes out, typically within an hour or two, on the Zip Your Flyer on your account, you'll be able to see each campaign and can see this many have been successfully sent and this many have been opened. So it's a really great way to just keep track of your marketing and know, oh, that's great, that's gone out. And then you can also communicate to your clients that, you've just done this. Recently, this last year, we launched something called Magic Tours. We've been wanting to have some type of virtual tour product for a long time that would complement our email flyers. But technology wasn't quite where we would have wanted it until recently. So what we do, and I'll go through a little more details with Magic Tours, it's just kind of an additional product offering. But Magic Tours take your static real estate photos, and it is an AI generative video product that our system does. All you have to do is say, I want one. And then our team creates, using our proprietary software, we take around 15 images from your listing and we create realistic drone style movement throughout the home. It's more than just, zoom in and out slideshow of pictures, which is how a lot of virtual tours have been for a long time. And hiring actual videographers for your listing is very expensive. Those can typically run upwards of $800, more than $1,000, just depends. So Magic Tours are a really awesome product. Like the ceiling fans move, the water moves, the fireplaces move. It's really, really, really cool. So we'll kind of show you some of that just so you know what's available. We do have our brokerage branding programs, which is part of what you guys are already a part of. And we've created designs that I'll show you in a moment that, have been approved by your team. And you also have discounts that will automatically be applied at checkout. We also have something that's been very important to us for over 20 years is to have dedicated customer support. We have a whole team of customer support representatives that if you've got questions, you get stuck, you can reach us. If you ever get a voicemail, they return those typically within 10 minutes. It's a big deal to us that agents know they can always reach a human. You can text us, you can email us, you can live chat us. There's lots of different ways to get a hold of us, which is really great. I'd say texting is a big one. It's kind of funny. Once we introduced that years ago, agents just have a quick question and text us, and then we text you right back. kind of whichever way works, we're here for you. I would say the biggest, oh, thanks, Tree. Tree gave you guys all
Yeah.
our texting phone number. um, one of the biggest questions that I'd say we do get is, does it work? Like, why would you spend your money? Does it work or not? And I think it's important for you all to understand. Oops, sorry, did that get really big? Really big. That's okay. We'll just leave it like that. So there's lots of different products that you guys have at your disposal, to market listings, to get leads, all those things. But at the end of the day, if you have a listing, um, the whole point of it is to get it out there in front of agents that might have your buyer. So typically, a lot of agents put the listings into the MLS, and then there's MLS hot sheets, there's, notifications that come up. And basically, the MLS is absolutely wonderful. It is a database that, it's not marketing. So you put it in there, you're hoping agents see it. However, with Zip Your Flyer, you're able to get your listing out there in front of those other agents that likely have your buyer the way you want it seen. So whether it's on the templates we've made for you or your own, however you want to do that, the whole point is to actually get it in front of those agents. Now, there's lots of different products out there to do this over the years. There's been lots of different offshoots, but our process, does work. And we've made it as easy as possible for agents to get in, get out, and get on with your day. So once you come to zipyourflyer.com, you will log in using the email address that your broker uses for you, whichever one they have on file. If you have a different account with us, or you prefer to use, an old AOL account or whatever you want to use, you can reach out to Tree, and we can always associate that account because the discounts are tied to each account that we were given from your broker. But we understand people have lots of different email addresses. So, but you'll log in with whichever email address you use, and we can pair that to this program, and you'll place your order. There's a couple different ways to place the order, which Tree will show you. You can either have us pull everything for you, like your photos, your agent photo we'll even grab for you, the listing details, kind of all of that. Or you can kind of copy and paste into the little form fields. And then our designers will take everything and give you a really nice professional proof for your flyer. And at that time, what's also been done with your proof, because you've already told us, I want this listing to go out to everyone in Hennepin County, or, anywhere that you typically feel that your buyers are coming from. We allow agents to send to the state of their listing. So if your listing's in Minnesota, you can send it there, and any state that directly borders you. So we definitely don't do like sending a Minnesota listing to Florida, and places like that. So just because that just creates conflict, and it starts degrading the database more when you just blast everywhere. So we definitely don't like that. But you can send to your state and any bordering state. And at the time of your proof, so that part's already been done because you told us where you wanted it to go when you placed your order. So your campaign's been created, your query's been created, the flyer's already embedded in the HTML with any clickable elements you want, like virtual tours or property websites, things like that. So that's all a part of your proof. And it's kind of up to you at that point if you can say, yep, I approve it. I want it to go right now. You can make changes. You can say not approved. But if you want it to go, even if we're not open, not during business hours, we have 24/7 automated delivery. So you can just say, I approve this, go, and it'll go. And then you can track it in your account. And typically we provide all flyer proofs in under 2 hours. On the weekends, it's kind of just, we have an on-call design team that will provide proofs, as soon as they can for last minute orders. But definitely to guarantee a proof before the weekend, we need those orders, by Friday. 2 o'clock Pacific time is what we like to say. So we are a few hours behind, but 2 o'clock Pacific time lets us have that ability to get you a proof and do any revisions that you might have. But you can approve those flyers any time of day, and they'll go once you're ready to approve what's in front of you. These are your custom flyer designs that were approved by NRG leadership. And so you can use any of these three, and we can show you once you're logged in how to see these. They will take up the top row of all of our samples. Once you log in using that email address that's been approved by NRG and given to us, or that we've synced up for you, kind of whichever you want. Once you log in using that, you kind of end up in your own little experience on zipyourflyer.com, and you'll see these three designs with multiple different template options for each. And we had talked about does it work? And these are just kind of a few statistics that kind of help really gauge what we do. So for over 20 years, we've been creating our database, but more than that, it's the accuracy of it and our sending practices. So typical open rates for B2B marketing average between more like an 16, 18%. And our average open rates are over 45%. We see 60s quite regularly. And that's because of the health of the list that we're sending to. So it's not just about how many agents do you have. There could be 5,000 agents that you guys know exist in a particular area. However, there's an awful lot of agents who are not active and engaged. There's a lot of turnover in real estate. So we are constantly maintaining our lists. And not only do we take off unsubscribers, but we remove anyone who hasn't routinely been viewing flyers, because that means they're not engaged in the market for whatever reason. So we take that after a certain period of time and we remove those unengaged agents. Most companies aren't going to do that because that means you got to put more on. So we are constantly increasing and decreasing. I know recently for Minnesota, I just had our research department kind of speed up that part of our update. I don't think we were scheduled to come back to Minnesota for a few months, but I had them just do a quick update. And I know we recently added a few thousand agents to Minnesota. So I'll show you what the pricing looks like for the area, but we are constantly adding and removing agents all the time. Our return rate for customers is over 80%. So agents know our product works. They order. We know they'll order again when they have a listing. That doesn't mean, they're going to order every week. Not every agent has that many listings, but we know that we provide a good product and agents do come back when they're ready. So typically we also showed that properties that use Zip Your Flyer spend an average of 22% fewer days on market, which is wonderful. That shows that you're getting that exposure for your listing in order to have fewer days on market and get it sold. Basically, when more agents see your listing, that's more opportunity to get in front of one that may actually have your buyer. One of the biggest ways that we know the product works is that we have over a 90% inbox placement. So what that means, you can send a whole bunch of emails all the time, but if you're not actually getting into the inbox, it doesn't matter. It's because of our list maintenance that I described earlier, of adding and removing those agents, keeping track of who aren't engaging. That's all part of what allows our email flyers to get into the inbox. So this means that over 90% of everything that we send gets into the inbox, not into the spam and the junk folder, because that does you no good. So all of our sending practices are in place for a reason. That's also why we don't blast across the country. because there are certainly sometimes people moving to Florida from New York or whatever, but most Florida agents do not really care about what's going on in New York, and you guys don't need to know about properties in Seattle. So, that's why we have our programs in place for that. But the inbox placement is probably the best metric there to know that your flyer is going to be seen. Forward. And here's our magic tours. What these are, it's a very cool product. I'll show you where it is on the website. But we did create this product to give agents a way to have video as a part of their listings, without needing to pay a videographer, just because there's so much that agents pay for, and being founded by agents, we definitely understand, the times and how things work and all the different other things everybody pays for. And so this is a great way of turning those static images into listing videos. And we create them using realistic drone style movement through the home. And so typically 15 images or so gets a really good sense of the home. And we kind of went off of NAR. They recently put out statistics that show listings with video receive 400% more inquiries and views than listings that don't have videos. Buyers want to kind of feel like they're there. And so Magic Tours, you can order these when you're ordering your email flyer. It's kind of like an ad fries with that. We make it really easy where you can just say, I want one, or you can order them completely separately. It is cheaper to order it with your email flyer just because we already have all the information with that order. And so there's $75 to add on with an email flyer, or separately, completely separately, $125 as a solo order. But with a Magic Tour, you'll get a link that you can put into the MLS for your listing. You can also download an MP4 file from that link. You can put it across social media. You can see examples of these on our social media. They show just absolutely beautifully. All of your static images get converted into 1080p. So the listings look just gorgeous when we do Magic Tours. So we'll show you an example of that in a moment. But here's just kind of some thoughts about what we see typically. We have a whole testimonial section of our website that we try to update quarterly. So many of our testimonials are about our wonderful customer service. Our customer service representatives are truly fantastic. They will go above and beyond to help you with anything that you need, or if you get stuck, don't know what to do during the order process. We also have little help videos along the way, and Tree will show you just kind of what those look like. We also have agents that tell us, they track their own website for their listing, and that website, was added to their flyer as a clickable, click here for more information. And they tell us that when they went live, they saw their traffic for their website increase, or just traffic through the MLS links, whatever it might be, which is always great to see. We also get agents that tell us as soon as they sent their flyer, they got 5 calls. So, the product works. We're here for you. The whole point is just to help you, get your listing moving. So this is just our general contact information. Tree will go ahead and give you the direct contact information to Tree, but you can also find all of this on our contact page on the website, and I'll kind of show you how to get there. I'm going to switch over though to the internet window. So whoa, that is huge. Can you guys see the internet window now in front of this?
I cannot,
Maybe
but
not.
I did put all of
You
the
can.
information in the chat, our website, my direct information, our customer service,
Okay.
our text. And
okay, let me share the other screen then. Okay. Share. Okay, let's share that one. Okay, maybe you guys see it now?
yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so here's our main page. When you come to zipyourflyer.com, this is what it's going to look like. And you can find a whole bunch of different resources right up here. Our pricing is what I wanted to show you guys as well. for email flyers, if you click into Minnesota, so you go samples or pricing, sorry, email flyers. And then when you see the map, you'll click your state of Minnesota. Or if you're wanting to, you can send to um, just the bordering states. If you maybe have a property that borders, or you're like, we have a ton of agents coming to us from wherever. So we'll click on Minnesota for now. This is how we break down Minneapolis Metro. When you order, you'll be able to click on whichever area you like. You can combine areas, which will give you an additional 10% off. We did just update Minnesota, so the website, this will fluctuate a little bit up and down. So the new pricing will probably go live later today with some of those agents we've added. And then Tree, there is also, you guys get in kind of a default discount, which
Correct.
Tree,
Every agent gets 15% off every time they
Okay.
place an order on top of this price.
Perfect. And you guys will see that discount reflected in your cart. So, don't think you're not going to get it. When you click checkout, you'll see the discount applied automatically. But these are the areas you can, combine them. If you're not seeing exactly what you want, you can always send us an email to service, or you can email Tree and say, I'd like a custom area with just these counties in it, or just these zip codes. And we'll let you know how many agents are in that specific area you want, and the cost. Just because you may not see exactly what you want here, we can create that for you. And there's no additional charge. It's just however many agents are in that area is what you'll be charged. We just typically, these are the most commonly ordered areas and what makes the most sense for us to always place together. But we understand sometimes there's different scenarios that you want. So just let us know if you're not seeing things here. Let's see. This was the listing video page under pricing. I'll just kind of click to play this for you. I don't know how it's going to go through screen share, but we'll just kind of see. So basically, see how there's drone movements here, but these are all off of still photos. And you'll start seeing we can do different twilight features. We can add clouds. We can do fun things if you want. And then everything, is actually moving, which is a really cool feature. And it looks like drones are flying through the property. Water's moving. It's a really kind of fun product. That, again, is not a part of the email flyer. It's just an add-on if you would like to add video to your marketing and video to your listings. And you'll get a link to share, and you'll get an MP4 file. And our customer service team can help you through, anything that you might have questions about. Here's our samples page. And your samples will be up above. Tree, maybe, I don't know if you want to take a moment to take over the screen share, because I think you're logged in with them. And that way you guys can see your designs up above. So if you're not logged in, this is what it's going to look like, because this is our generic, all of our regular designs that if you love this one, let's say, you could put your logo here too. But I want you guys to be able to see the NRG designs. So I'm going to stop my share, and that way Tree can take over.
Okay, can you see my screen?
I cannot. Did you click the share and then click the window of the internet?
Okay.
There you go.
Can you see that now?
Yes.
Okay. So when you guys go to our website, so here's our samples tab. Once you log in with the email that you are on file with us, which typically is the one that's on the roster that we received from National Realty Guild, at the very top row, all of your guys' designs will be at the top. Sometimes we have holiday designs, theme designs, down below, but your custom branded designs are always going to be at the top. When you click on your designs, you'll have multiple different layout options that you can choose, and that's in one of the steps in the ordering process. So some of your designs have a 4-photo layout, 5, 8 on this specific design, and then here's a larger view of your second design. It has a few multiple layout options, and then let's go with the third one, just to zoom it in a little bit. This one has a 5 photos, 7 photos, and 8. So that's all during the steps process. To get started placing an order, you would up here would say have account login. You'd log in with that email and password, and it will take you to the ordering page, and all you have to do is hit start a new order. This first screen here is if you want to do an email flyer and a magic tour, or just an email flyer, you will click here. If you just want to do the standalone magic tour, you're going to click here. But to get started today, we would just do click here for a magic tour. Again, you do not have to order a magic tour if you just want to do an email flyer. I get some listings just kind of, you just want to get that out there without a tour, and that's fine too. But to add on a magic tour, this is the way to go, or just to start it and order. You can do the e-flyer full process, which will you provide us all of the information about your listing, and you're going to be uploading your own photos, uploading your own agent information. There's the fast lane fee, and that's an additional $14.95. That's where we pull all of your listing information from the MLS along with your photos. You're going to always see a proof. So anytime, no matter how you place an order with us, you are going to get the opportunity to get a proof and make revisions. You can also upload your own flyer. And then after you've placed one order with us, you can always repeat off of an order and save 20% for doing a repeat. So right now we're just going to go through the fast lane process. It's a little bit faster to get through a Zoom meeting. You're just going to provide, it's going to ask simple steps to provide your MLS number, your listing price, your property address, your zip code, and your zip code should auto-populate the city. Just double check that. If you're having an open house, you'd select yes, and then give us your open house information. That'll automatically pop up on your subheading, and that'll make that known for you. And just hit save and continue, and it'll just take you through the steps. The next step in this process is choosing your design. So again, you could just click these thumbnails over here to choose any design that you would like, and just save and continue. As long as you're selecting save and continue in each step, you're always going to be able to go back to your work by selecting my account up at the top right hand corner, and it'll say you have incomplete items. Over to the right, you'll say view items, and your address is going to be the way to return there. And it just takes you right to the next step that we're at. Up in the right-hand corner are all these little mini help videos. If you click on that, it'll just give you probably a 30-second little snippet on what we need out of this step. They're super helpful if you're stuck, or if you've had to leave a voicemail, or maybe you don't want to talk to anybody on the phone, you just kind of want to do it. These are just really awesome videos that just help you get to these steps rather quickly. This step 4 is entering our text content and your main banner. So this is the largest writing that you're going to see on your flyer. And a lot of it is like about 30 characters. So it's like whether you're having your open house, a price improvement, maybe if it's a beautiful waterfront property, or something that's really going to make your flyer stand out. And your subheading is a little bit larger banner, typically a main feature about the listing, like maybe your bed's bath square feet. Maybe it is, giving some information like a corner lot. But you're always going to see a proof. So over here is the website virtual tour links. If you have a URL, you can definitely paste that there and you can link label it, whether it's a virtual tour, a 3D tour, more information about your property, photos, property details, or you can enter something else. We've seen things in here like maybe it's an RSVP link to, you want somebody to RSVP to your open house, or if it's the auction flyers. You could also give an idea of another label somebody would list, since we've pretty much got them all covered here, Caitlin.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, typically sometimes people just have a very specific thing that they want to enter, and so they'll click enter your own. But otherwise, those show up on the actual flyer itself as embedded links to click here. And that's typical. Yep.
If you have any comments or requests, or you want to add something to the flyer, you're just not sure where something is going to go, you can go ahead and communicate that in these instructions to the designers. It does say this will not go on your flyer unless you tell us, I want this on my flyer. So if you say, maybe enlarge my phone number, or enlarge, your open house information, bold it. That if you give us instructions to add to your flyer, we will definitely read these notes and put them on your flyer. The next step is this proof and delivery area option. Oh, what is it? Oh, if you wanted to order a magic tour, they'll put the URL magic tour there.
I think you accidentally, you left it on enter your own. So just put it back to the top. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
It was waiting for you to put something in.
Okay. So save and continue. And then, so the proof, you're going to just put who wants to approve the proof.
Sometimes people have assistants or things like that, and they're like, I want you to send everything to my assistant. She'll approve it. Just make sure they have access to your account. But here's where you would tell us just who's going to be looking it over.
And then your email from line is your agent name and your brokerage name. So I'm just going to put that here. You'll be able to see that at the very top of your proof. This is going to be in the part of the email that the agents see who the email is coming from. It's not coming from Zip Your Flyer. It's going to be coming from your name and your brokerage name, and then with your subject line. Your subject line is about 50 characters remaining. Think about your email. You want it to kind of grab the agent's attention, something short and sweet. We're going to definitely talk about that price improvement.
Think of it like a teaser. Yeah. Think of that subject line like a teaser for the flyer. Like you want agents to open that email and to view it. So, just anything that's going to go, ooh, everybody's looking for, on a cul-de-sac, or everybody's looking for acreage or a shop or whatever it might be. Think of those things as your subject line. One more quick thing though about the from line. So we send these out from our servers. Zip Your Flyer sends the flyers, but it's kind of, people think of it like a friendly from is what it's always been thought of like. When you send your own email, people receive it and it might just say your name on it, because that's how your email's been saved as your friendly from. And that's what we do. So the emails maintain all CAN-SPAM Act regulation, where we send them from our servers with our email address in all the HTML and all of the sending headers. But the actual, like when you're looking at an inbox and you see who things are from, they'll see it coming from you and your brokerage. But, in the actual sending documentation for every email, it does originate from our servers, so that if they unsubscribe or they, interact with any of that or click reply, it'll come back to us. And if it's a direct reply to your email flyer, we send those back over to you, because your email address is linked on the flyer in your brokerage information. but not everybody is always going to click everywhere you want them to. So we will just forward any replies back to you. One other quick thing, sorry, Tree, I realized after we're talking about opening and things like that with your email flyers, it's worth noting that I had mentioned earlier that our average open rates are over 45%, which is 120% higher than the national, any other averages for real estate email flyers. But whenever agents view the emails, they have to actually see your flyer to count as an open. So we have embedded open pixel tracking in every single HTML content that we send. So if an agent opens their email flyer from you and they have images blocked for whatever reason, everybody's got different settings. But if they aren't actually seeing the email flyer, they don't count as an open. So they have to be viewing your email flyer for us to say they successfully opened your flyer and viewed it. So that subject line is key to get them to actually view the flyer. Just as a teaser, just whatever those big highlighted features are, just kind of whether it's that shop or whether it's a broker's open. The nature of the market right now, we do see a lot of price drops, just kind of the way things are. But whatever you want to call out is what that subject line is going to be. And if you're not sure, you can always put in that little comment section, I guessed on my subject line, let me know if you think it should be changed. We're happy to help figure things out. And if you don't like the subject line that we changed for you, if you asked us to, or if you just say, I want a different one, that's what the revision process is for. So.
Hey, thank you for that. Okay, so the next step in here is you can add your client email. I believe Caitlin talked to you a little bit about that earlier. Your client can receive a copy of this email and a delivery summary of how many agents your e-flyer was sent to, and your client will never receive any other information from us. We do not sell or publish any client email address. It's a really nice letter. It says how hard you're working for them. We even on our testimonials page, which is kind of up here, and you go down to why use us to our testimonials. We've had clients actually email us to say thank you for having this product for my agent. So we always get a nice giggle when the clients text us about or email us a good feedback. It's always special. So, and your delivery report is all right here. You check this box. We do now have real-time stats that you'll be able to see in your account, and I'll get to that in just one second. But if you check that box, an actual emailed version will be sent to you as well. And we'll just hit save and continue. It brings us to almost our last step, which is that delivery area and pricing. And you guys will select your state or any bordering state, and we'll just check this first box here and then hit save and continue. And then this is where if you wanted to add on that magic tour, you could go ahead and click on that. And it would add a magic tour to your order, and we would pull some of those listing photos. If not, you would just hit save and continue, and it will take you to a review. You could review everything in your order here, or just go ahead and check out. Once you check out, your flyer will come over to us. We give you about 2 hours to get you a proof back. A lot of times it's a lot faster than that. Please note, if it's a Saturday, we do have an on-call person here briefly in the morning to get out last-minute orders. But you can place your order Monday through Friday, and you're going to get that proof back in 2 hours. Once you get your proof back, you will log back into your account, and it'll say you have proofs awaiting approval. Over to the right will say view items, and then you just view your proof. Up here at the top will be your email from line and the email subject line. And then you'll scroll down to view your flyer. Here's a different version of the flyer that we basically just made. And it's TV time. And then if everything looks good on your flyer, you're just going to go ahead and hit this approved bubble, and then it'll bring up either send ASAP. When you hit that send ASAP, you're approving that flyer to be sent out as soon as possible. If you send on a specific date, it pops up over the calendar that you could put your flyer on for a future date and a time frame. If you see something not quite right, or you maybe get a price drop, or your client wants to change the open house time or anything like that, you'll just select not approved. And these 4 sections will come up with your different areas on your flyer. So say you needed to change the price, you would just go into property info changes and do that price drop. Just change it. And then you would go through all of the other sections if you needed anything else changed, and then you just submit your revisions. Those revisions go directly back to the designer, and they'll fix those revisions and send you another proof. And then you'll just do the whole process again until you're able to hit approved. And that's basically it.
Thank you, Tree. With that approval, like if you say, I want to send it out ASAP, just know that typically they'll go out, like it's pretty quick. So, if there's that like, oh no, I didn't mean to click approved, let us know right away. Because sometimes we can catch them before they go out. But if you click, I want this to go and I want it to go ASAP, it's going to go. So we typically have those they'll go within sometimes 10, 15 minutes of you clicking approved. On a really busy Friday, we may have an hour where it kind of gets in the lineup to go out. But typically those will go out within an hour or so. And then within that hour or two after you clicked approved, inside your account is where you'll see the statistics for each delivery. Thanks, Tree. So she's showing you right now under my account. You'll see one that says recent campaign stats, and you can view items there. You'll have lots of different campaigns depending on how many you've ordered that have been delivered. And you'll see successfully sent numbers and successfully opened numbers of how many agents have directly viewed your flyer. And it is real time. It just takes a few hours for all that to kind of populate into there. And we also like to make sure the successfully sent has been as much as possible. So within a few hours, everything starts populating in there. I'd say the majority of the views and opens do happen within that first 24 hours. Just because agents are in front of their emails all the time. They're in front of them on their phones. They're in front of them everywhere. If you had checked that box that said you want a delivery report, it's sent to you after it's been 72 hours, because we do want to make sure that most agents have viewed your flyer. And that's typically going to happen within 72 hours. So if you're ever questioning or say, can you send me one now? Let us know. We're happy to help you with anything. Like I said, we are family owned and operated still. So, customer service is our top priority, and it has been for over 20 years. So if you're ever concerned or have questions or forget all of this lovely information we've given you, just reach out to us. Our staff is absolutely amazing. We know not everybody wants to pick up the phone and call. So Tree did put that text messaging phone number over in the chat. Can you also show them our contact page real quick, since you've got the screen share, Tree? So when you're on zipyourflyer.com, I think, you can go straight to the bottom, or up in the About Us also gets you there. And this is our contact page. You don't have to fill the form out. That's just if you want to. Right on the right, you'll see text us, email us. And at the bottom, there's a little orange chat with us button. People think the chat's a robot. It is not. It is actually our people. And so, they might, if they're in the middle of other chats, it might be a moment. Or if they miss that chat, it comes directly to our team in an email, and they'll reach right back out to you. So if for some reason you get a voicemail or you get something like that, just know that within usually 10 minutes during business hours, you'll get a call back or a text message back or an email. Whichever you've reached out to us is typically how we respond back to you. But yeah, feel free to let us know if you guys have any questions at all. There's not a whole lot of people on here, but if you have questions, I don't think I've seen any pop up in the chats for us. Does anyone have any direct questions?
I don't think
And that's okay.
anyone. Yeah, I don't think anyone has put up
Yeah.
any questions except for
Yeah.
me. But yeah, if there are any, I'm pretty sure to reach out to me or Kathy or Randy. We'll pretty much be sure to reach out to you guys and relate all those questions to you. Do you have like a flyer or something that we can send to everyone? That way it's easier.
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Oh,
Are you paid when we get the service, or are we paid are you paid at closing?
Oh, it's paid whenever you want to place the order.
Okay,
So
thanks.
yeah, not monthly, just a la carte. Whenever you actually order an email flyer, you'll check out with that card.
cool.
Thank you.
Anyone
Yeah.
else? Oh, Randy is here.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming on. That was really a great presentation. Really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks,
Very
Kathy.
informative. Thank you. And
Thank you.
like I said, if you have any questions at all, just email either Jeremy or myself. And if there's nothing more, we thank you so much for the great presentation, and we will see all of you agents next time. Thanks for stopping into our Zoom this morning.
Thank
Thank you,
you. We'll get you a
guys.
flyer as well, just so you have
Okay.
to give to everybody.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
Teresa.
you.
Also, I'd like to
All
take
right.
this opportunity for everyone who's here, for the remaining agents. CE class and license renewal is already up. Well, not really up, but we still have a week left. It's June the 30th. If you're still missing your CEs, if you need to have your license renewed, please reach out to me. If you received my email regarding the sixth final reminder, please reach out to me. Your name is on the list, so that means your license is up for renewal. Please reach out to me, and if you want to know how much or remaining CEs you have left, please reach out to me or Randy or anyone in the administrative support, Patrick or Kathy. We'll be happy to assist you in getting that done before the deadline. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Hey, Jeremy,
What's
do you
up?
need
Hey.
our credit card? Do you need our credit card info to renew?
I will need that. Yes, sir. I will key that in directly in Commerce site. So yes, I would need that.
Okay, do you have it, or should we all just call you individually, or?
I could contact you offline, sir.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
It looked like someone's been trying to contact you, Jeremy. So just
Yeah,
put
I'll reach out to her.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
thanks
everybody. Have a
everyone.
great day.